Why, hello there. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. This is part 2 of my blush, bronzer, and highlighter declutter. Now, this was a ruthless declutter. I was really happy with how it went, and I really hope you enjoy watching as much as I enjoyed filming and decluttering. Let's get into it. Moving on to cream blushes and liquid blushes. How do I want to do this? Okay, right off the bat, I'm just going to go through again. I think that's just probably the best way to approach these things. Right off the bat, oh, I just noticed I'm breaking the packaging. Oh no, oh, the packaging broke. This is a really old Chanel cream blush from years and years ago. Le Brush Creme de Chanel. I think they released 6 or 8 shades. They were limited edition, very expensive. This little thing was like $60, and I absolutely loved this cream blush. You can see I've used a ton of it. It's the most gorgeous cream blush that is matte, basically. Very easy shade to wear, but this is very old. I was using it right up till 2023. I haven't reached for it once in 2024, and I think it's time. So I'm going to declutter this. This one was a gift from a friend. It's from a brand called Ilamasca, and this one is in the shade Enamor, and it's this gorgeous, I don't even know what to call this, like apricot-y shade, peachy apricot, somehow neutral, very pretty. It's, oh no, it's starting to smell not good. Okay, my friend gave this to me a few years ago. This was full because it was a new product, and you can see I've used a ton of it, right? And it is starting to feel a little dry, and it doesn't smell great. So this is going to be decluttered as well. I am happy about it though, in the sense that I did get a lot of use out of it. It is relatively unique to my collection, I feel like. I'm not sure I have anything else quite like this, but I'm okay to let it go now. So declutter. This was a little tiny Ilia blush in the shade At Last. It's called the Multi-Stick. This came in a Mecca Beauty Loop. I mean, this is a teeny mini, and it's just a really easy, neutral, like plummy shade to wear. I'm assuming because it's called Multi-Stick, I could even wear this on the lips, but I'm going to keep it. I actually want to just use it up. This is new. I got it, even though I was a no-buy, because I'm part of the Mecca loyalty program. There's these things called, I think, Beauty Loop boxes, and this came in one of the boxes. So I didn't buy it or anything. I didn't pay for it. It was a gift, but as part of the loyalty program. But it's new, and so relatively new, and so I'm going to keep it and use it. So this also came. This is a Mecca brand blush in the shade Juicy, off-duty blush stick, and this also came in a beauty loop box, and this is like a orangey red. Now this is new, so in a sense I want to keep it because it's new, and I feel like I decluttered my red powder blush, and so if I do feel like an orangey red blush, it is good to have. However, I don't reach for this. Like, I don't think I've ever thought even I want to reach for a orangey red shade since I've had this. So I am going to declutter, but I am going to say, because this is new, I am going to see if a friend wants it, but it's going to be decluttered from my collection. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This shade is Bahamas. People were raving about how good this formula was, and honestly, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's interesting. It's like in the pot, it sort of feels a bit more creamy, but as you start to work it into your skin, it is a really silky formula. It's a really nice shade. I'm going to keep it and try and use it a bit more. This was purchased in 2023, so it's relatively new. So I am going to keep that for now. Like I said, it's okay though. Like, I don't find myself thinking it is the best thing I've ever tried, but I do need to use it more. So that is a keep for now. This is a ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. I believe it was supposed to be a highlighter in the shade Pearlized. So this should really be in my highlighter section, but that's okay. I really like this. I actually use it sometimes as an eyeshadow. However, I haven't reached for it in a bit. And I mean, I have so many eyeshadows that, do I want to keep it as a highlighter? You know what? No, this is gonna go. Like, I have so much product. I need to be ruthless. This is a declutter. Especially with cream products that are not, are more than 6 months to a year old, which is the majority of this. So I don't really feel like I need to keep stuff that I'm not like really reaching for. This is from the brand About Face in the shade Laid. I mean, I don't love that shade name. This is okay. I'd heard that these were good blushes, and I mean, it feels nice and creamy. It feels fine, but I'm decluttering. Like, I don't really ever feel like reaching for that, to be honest. This is from Dennis Amyrix. It is in the shade Jubilee. And I don't know if I just got the wrong shade for me, but again, like everyone was talking about how wonderful this formula is. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's nice, but is it like absolutely amazing? It is like more of a burnt orange blush. I'm going to keep it for now. This was expensive, and I feel like I got maybe a shade that was a bit too dark for me. And so maybe one of the reasons why I don't feel like reaching for it is because I feel like it needs a bit more work to make sure it's sort of blended into my skin and I haven't, you know, used too much and stuff like that. Keep for now, but I mean, I'm not that impressed to even try and buy another shade, though who knows. If I can maybe find them on sale or something, I might try like a lighter shade and see if I like it more. This is from a brand called Flavido and Albedo, and I bought this because this was like they have like this section on their website where if it's like the packaging or something is slightly damaged, they sell it for cheaper. And I don't know what it was about this that was damaged, but and you can see very interesting plummy red, really. However, I don't reach for this at all. Again, I feel like it's a little too dark for my complexion for a cream product. So I don't reach for it and I don't reach for it. And then, um, do I want to keep it? It says Dew Tint in the shade Toffee, made in Italy. I think I'm going to find that as I swatch my blushes, this one's going to be quite a unique shade. And I also feel like maybe blend it out. Like if I really blend this out, it's like a really pretty bronzy shade. So, right, maybe I'll keep it for now and keep trying it with both of these and the e.l.f. one actually. If I haven't reached for these by the end of 2025, I think they'll be declutters. Also the Ilia. Ilia is like one of those clean brands. So if I haven't used this up in the next 6 months, that was that shade there, I think I'm going to have to declutter it because I don't want to keep a product that doesn't have any preservatives around for longer than that. This is the MAC Glow Play Blush in Grand. Just a really pretty bright sort of peach. Keep. And then this one is in the shade So Natural. And this is like just the perfect neutral peach, I guess. You can see now that I've swatched them against each other. That one's got more pink in it. That one's got a bit more brown in it. So both gorgeous. I love that formula. In fact, I want to own more of these. I want to be as excited about my clean blushes as I am about using these. So now, these two are the Stila sort of blush quads. They contain their convertible lip and cheek cream colors. I don't know why I never learned my lesson. This is the second time I've bought palettes like this of Stila blushes, and I just never reach for them. I sort of think their cream blushes have been known around the beauty community for a long time, and I do like the formula, but there's something about these being in the, and I mean, they look really gross. So this is like a neutral set, and this is like a more colorful set, including like a red blush, more of a plummy blush, more of a bright pink, and more of like a standard orange. I just don't reach for these. Like, I bought these in 2022, I think, and I think I've just learned my lesson. I don't like this formula on my lips. I find these are too drying on the lips. I like them on the cheeks. I think next time, if I want to try this dealer, I will just go and get their single, because like patina is a shade. So I believe this is patina. This is a pretty well-known shade. It is a really nice formula. It's very easy sort of color to wear, but I just never reach for them. I'm going to declutter these. I am really happy with how ruthless I'm being. I'll put the keeps back in here for now. If I can combine these two into one, I would be so happy. Okay, moving on to my liquid blushes. This little Laura Mercier one came in a Mecca Beauty Loop. Because it's teeny mini, like it's really light, I can barely, let me just mix it first. It barely shows up on me actually, but it's a very light color. So actually, you know what, now that I look at it, you know what, I'm going to declutter it. This barely shows up on me. You need to be like the fairest of the fair for this to show up. Probably can't even see it in the camera, to be honest with you. Declutter. I thought I was going to keep it and use it because I thought, you know, within 10 or so uses, this would be done. But this shade is just, if anyone's interested, this is the Tinted Moisturizer Blush in the shade Provence. This is a really nice formula though. I feel like if there had been a slightly darker shade, I would love it and use it. But as it is, it doesn't even show up on me. Let's go to this one. This is a lip and cheek tint from the brand MCO Beauty. This is like a brighter, oh, I think I need a bit more, brighter sort of coral shade. You know what? I don't reach for this. I'm going to declutter. It's a nice formula. I have used it, but I don't reach for it. This is from the brand Ulta 3 liquid blush. I don't even know if they have this shade anymore. I think the shade is just peachy. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. Again, this sort of peachy orange. And I feel like between the Danessa Myricks and some of the other ones I kept, I don't need this. So I am going to declutter that as well. I sort of got into wanting to try a ton of liquid blushes towards the end of 2023. That's why I have so many. And I just don't need so many. So this is from an Australian brand called Models Prefer, or MP. This is their liquid blush in Heat. From what I remember, this was a nice enough formula, but again, of course, I went and bought these sort of reddy orange shades, and I don't need so many reddy orange shades. Again, like, look at how similar these are. I don't need this. I'm not going to reach for it. Declutter. I think I was trying to avoid buying, because they either have these reddy orange shades or they have like pinky mauvey shades, and I felt like, and you saw the swatches of my powder blushes. And I thought, okay, well, let's try something different. So I went for all these sort of orangey, reddy orange shades, but now you can see I have a lot of that shade. Oh, these were like a complete random purchase. I was on Instagram. I saw an ad come up for this brand 020 or 020 Velvet Liquid Blushes. And I purchased 3 of them. They were really affordable. I don't think they were more than $10 each. The packaging is a little, I mean, it's cheap packaging. But the product itself is, oh, actually, the product itself is nice, but the packaging, like you can see how much that dumped out onto my hand. It's just such a messy product. But look at that color. Wow. I don't have anything like that color. That was the shade. Oh, it's nowhere on the packaging. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, number 3. I think that's the shade name anyway. Number 2. This shade intrigued me because it kind of looks like almost like a foundation color. But I've worn it a few times and I quite like the effect on the cheeks. It's like an orangey brown, but I mean, the packaging is so messy. Like, there's no way to control how much comes out. And so it ends up being such a waste of product. And then this shade, let me mix it, is like a more pink. Will I wear any of these? They smell fine, actually. They got a really nice light floral scent, very pretty. Do you know what? I'm in love with this color because I don't think I have anything else like this. Is it worth the hassle though, is the question. And this one's quite unique. And this one I feel like is just a standard pink, but then I don't really have many pink cream blushes, as you can see there. I need to think about those. Even though it's messy, I feel like I want to keep number 3, which was this sort of bright one. This last one, I don't think I said the shade name. Number 1. I feel like number 1 is a pretty standard, like a pinky purple color. So I feel like I can declutter this one. So this is a declutter. These two I feel like are really unique. So I want to keep them for now, but let me swatch some of my other ones. This is from Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. I think this is, yeah, like it's a warm pink shade. I'm going to keep this. This is a nice formula. Really easy to work with, really pigmented, but the delivery mechanism for the packaging is a lot nicer. I'm really hoping that I have been in focus this entire time. Hopefully. So I'm going to keep that Rare Beauty one. This NARS one, they don't sell this anymore. It's the Torrid. It's the liquid blush in Torrid. I really like this. And I think you can see again more of an orangey blush. This has slightly more pink in it, slightly brighter, a bit more of a white base. And I like this better than all of the other ones, so I am going to keep that one. They're also quite expensive, and so I want to get more use out of it before I declutter. And this is the newer NARS liquid formula. This is Dolce Vita. This I don't like as much. They changed the formula. It's sort of a little bit more silicone-y, not as pigmented, but I like the color, so I am going to keep that color. So actually you can see the difference in the formula. This is a lot more creamy. This almost looks like if I was swatching lipsticks, this almost looked like a balmy lipstick. Pretty on the cheeks, but I liked that formula more. I felt like it was a bit more versatile. Okay, and that is the end of my blushes, actually. These remaining things are highlighters. So I think I did really well in this category. Let me count keeps and declutters.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 keep.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to count these as 1 each, so 11, 12.
12 declutter. Nice. So I decluttered more than I kept. So I decluttered more than half of my liquid and cream blush collection. I'm really happy with that. And I fit it into one container. It was like 1.5, almost 2 containers before. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so my declutter pile is getting decently high now. Right, so let's do my liquid highlighters quickly because this is all I have. This liquid highlighter is from a brand called Me. It is embarrassingly old, over 15 years, and I just want to use it up. It still works. It still smells fine. I have no idea how this is still going strong. Hasn't dried out. Really, really gorgeous. For me, it's like the perfect color. It's like a champagne gold, and it's the perfect color for my skin tone. Really easy to wear, really flattering on the cheeks. This brand no longer exists, so I don't know why I'm sort of raving on about it, but I just want to finish it. So keep for now, but it will be used up and removed from my collection. These two are both really decent highlighters. This one was from a brand called Red Earth. They're not around anymore. This is the Secret Potion Illuminating Skin Fluid in number 3 Magician. I actually used to love mixing this with foundations. And it's just old and I'm gonna get rid of it. I know this is really old as well, but I'm so close to finishing it up that I just want to finish it up. And I feel like the scent of this one is starting to change and I don't want to put it on my skin, basically. So that's going to be decluttered. And then this Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights, I don't think they sell this anymore in the shade Bare Light. Let me just double check that it hasn't gone off. This is really gorgeous. This is the prettiest subtle highlighter. No, it smells off. Okay, well, declutter. Easy declutter then. This is from the brand MCO Beauty. I wanted to try their highlighters. This had a poof on it. I think it's supposed to replicate the Charlotte Tilbury ones. It even has a mechanism to turn it off and on, sorry, not off and on, but if you close it, no product will come out, which I thought was quite cool. I don't know if the Charlotte Tilburys have that mechanism on them. This is a really pretty highlighter as well. It's a slightly drier formula than like that Me one. And you can see it's a much more intense highlighter. Do I like it enough to keep it? That would mean I have no liquid highlighters. I mean, this is relatively new. I got this in 2023. Oh, it does not smell pleasant though. No, I'm gonna declutter this, which means I only have this teeny weeny liquid highlighter. Oh, I just realized that is not the only liquid highlighter I have. I actually have one from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow highlighters, and this one is in the shade Cosmic Rose. It's a humongous doe foot. Yeah, okay. This is very new. I bought that this year, so it's not even 6 months, and it's like gorgeous, very subtle highlighter, and I'm gonna keep this. So I am keeping 2 liquid highlighters and I'm decluttering 3. Okay, moving on to my next biggest section is powder highlighters. Now I definitely want to get rid of some in here, but again, like I feel like over the years, I've kept ones that I really like. I have not purchased a powder highlighter in a long time. The last ones I purchased were actually these two from Uden's Eye in the Solmono 2 collection 2 years ago. So let's just start with these. I'm not like, these are like more fun highlighters, right? They're both sort of duochrome. One leans a bit more yellow, pink, and has more obvious sparkles, and one is like a sort of pink to green duochrome. See if I can swatch so you can see. Gorgeous packaging, of course, being Odin's Eye. So you can see the very strong green shift. Maybe I don't know why I thought it was pink. Now that I look at it, it's more sort of that green shift. This is more like a pink to gold with more obvious sort of pink sparkle in it. I like both of these. They're fun. I'm going to keep them in my collection for now because they're like the only 2 sort of fun highlighters I have, I believe. And so I'm going to keep them for now. This is actually an eyeshadow quad from Physicians Formula from years ago, the Baked Sweets. The reason I keep it is because these 2 are the prettiest highlighters. Like, might not look like it there, but they just give, it's like one slightly more pink, one slightly more purple. They just give the prettiest natural glow on the cheeks that I consistently reach for them. And so I am going to keep this and I think use it up in 2025, or use it in 2025 and then declutter it at the end of 2025 is what I'm thinking. So that is also keep. Put those to the side for now. This was an eyeshadow from Bourjois in 08. Bourjois is no longer in Australia, as far as I can tell. And again, I use this as a highlighter. Really, really pretty, gorgeous glow without any shimmer. Perfect highlighter, really. Keep. This is a Bare Minerals eyeshadow in Queen Phyllis. It says it's a matte eyeshadow, but it's actually got a glow to it. It's more like a satin. I mean, I don't know how that's matte. And it is the most beautiful face highlight. I do use it sometimes as an inner corner highlight as well. It is kind of annoying because it's in loose form, so I don't reach for it as much as I could, but I really like it. And so I am gonna, and it is a bit light for my skin, so it's also kind of like a brightening highlighter. No obvious shimmers or sparkles in it. I'm gonna keep, I'm not doing that well with these powder highlighters. This is one from Fenty, Hustle Baby. This was a gift from my sister. Now, this is a gorgeous highlighter. I don't reach for it that much because it's a little too dark for me. But I am going to keep it because this is the only Fenty highlighter I have, and it is a gorgeous formula. And I feel like in the summertime, when I do want to wear that really bronzy look, this is a really pretty highlighter to use. So I am going to keep this Fenty Beauty one. This Essence Glow, this was actually like a supposed to be a glowy powder. So it says glow setting powder. This is a highlighter. There is no way that this is a setting powder. I mean, look at that. Just look at how shiny that is. I think I'm ready to let this one go. This is really, really pretty. It is quite bright and stark on me. And I do reach for it. I wear it all the time. It's so smooth and silky and pretty, but I feel like I have these two other ones that I'd probably reach for over this one. So I am going to get rid of this Essence Powder Highlighter. Put it over there. This The Balm Mary Luminizer is like a classic. I don't know if you can see the rings of the pan. That's how much I've used of this. And again, just a really pretty, naturally glowy highlighter. I just don't reach for this anymore, as gorgeous as it is. I don't find myself reaching for it. And so I am going to declutter this one as well. This Essence Glow Holographic Loose Powder. It is one of those fun, sort of shifty highlighters. It is in loose format. I'm just going to swatch it for you. It is actually a really nice highlighting product, but I just don't reach for it, and I don't need it in my collection. It's like, see, the Odin's Eye shifts green and pink, and this shifts purple. And it is fun. I have used it numerous times. There's a heaps of product in here, and I just don't reach for it. So that is also being decluttered. I have two MAC ones. Oh my god, this is so old. Look at this packaging. I broke this packaging so long ago. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. Classic highlighter. These were domed, and you can see, hopefully, like this is completely flat now. In fact, it's got a bit of a divot. This is how much I've used of it. But then this is very old. Must be at least a decade old in my collection. It is just the perfect, lovely, shimmery highlighter, gold champagne highlighter. I am going to keep it. There's no point decluttering it. I might as well use it as much as I can until it completely falls apart, and then throw it away, basically, is where I'm at with that one. Soft and Gentle is such a classic sort of shade. It is a little bit more sparkly because it is their mineralized sort of baked formula, but it's still really pretty. This one I'm in two minds about. This was limited edition, I believe, and it's their extra dimension formula, which I really like, but I don't know why I bought this. This is just too dark for me, and it's not dark enough to be a blush, and it is a very glowy, so as a blush, it sort of just doesn't look quite right, and it's too dark to be a highlighter, and so I'd force myself to use it. I'm going to see if my sister wants this next time she visits, but it is going to be decluttered from my collection. But I am going to see if she wants this, so I'm going to set it aside. Same with this one. This one was also limited edition. It's called Snow Flushed. Extra Dimension Skin Finish powder. And the reason I got this was because this is like a duochrome, look at it, highlighter. And it's, I think, a dupe for one of the more famous MAC eyeshadows. I mean, you can see it's like a peachy to green duochrome, and it's got sparkle in it. It's really pretty. It is a beautiful eyeshadow, but I mean, do I need, it would work beautifully as an eyeshadow is what I'm trying to say, but do I need something so humongous as an eyeshadow? And I never reach for it. I think it's time to let it go. Again, I'm going to see if my sister wants it, because she does have a deeper skin tone than me, and so on her this might be more function more as a highlighter. On me, this is not a highlighter. It is so pretty though. I don't know if you, I don't know if you, in the mirror you can see the pink to green to peach shift. It is so pretty and it just feels so nice and smooth. I almost don't want to declutter it, but I just never reach for it. And I have enough amazing special eyeshadows that I never think to reach for this for eyeshadow. So I'm going to set it aside, see if my sister wants it. If not, they're going to be back to MAC so that the packaging can get recycled at least. Wow, look at me. I did not think I was going to declutter those two. But I just have to be really real with myself. Like, I'm not reaching for these, so there's no point keeping them. This was a limited edition MAC as well, and it is in Sky's the Limit. And I don't want to use it because the packaging is so gorgeous. I mean, look at that. And then look at this. You can see I've started using it on the side, but oh, it is so pretty. And it is the most gorgeous highlighter. I really don't feel like I don't need another highlighter if I have this one, to be honest with you. This is definitely a keep. And now that I've gotten rid of some of those other ones, I can actually get some use out of this, I feel. So that is great. Nice. So let's see. I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm keeping 8 powder highlighters. I am decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me organize it back into my container here. I am really happy that they all now fit really nicely as well. And I actually managed to get rid of some. My goodness. Let's see if I can actually combine my highlighters and bronzers. Now that would be really cool. Okay, the final category is bronzers. Now, I don't have too many, as you can see, but it's certainly more than enough for me. I don't know how people use up bronzers, like this Dior one, right? I bought this, like the writing has worn off. I can still see, so this was a Dior Skin Nude Tan Matte and 003. I have used this so much. It's actually hard panned. This, oh my God, this does not look great, does it? I've used this so much and I am barely, like I think I've just sort of worn off the lettering. I can see maybe possibly some pan outline there, possibly, I don't know. This is still going strong. I do need to clean it up, but this is still going strong. I still use it almost every time I wear my makeup, I use this. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to finish this. And so, and this is a perfect bronze shade for me, so I don't really know if I ever need to buy another bronzer, to be honest with you. This is really old. I got it at the same time that I bought the Balm blushes, so this is at this point more than 15 years old. And I use it more like a contour. It is pretty deep for me, but you know what? I don't need it, so I am going to declutter that. So 1 keep, 1 declutter. This Clarins one is really old as well, must be at least a decade. It was limited edition in the shade Splendus. And I mean, look at how pretty this is. I got it for the packaging. I mean, let's be real. The shade of it is really nice once I mix everything together. You can see it's quite warm, really pretty. Let me swatch this Dior one so you can see what shade the Dior one is. The Dior one is more neutral, and I think that's why what I like about it, because I am more neutral skin tone, neutral olive myself, and I feel like this actually suits my skin tone really well. This is ever so slightly more warm, but I am going to keep it. I think I've only maybe used this once because I'm trying to use this up. But I mean, my goodness, how many years do I have left? This is the MAC bronzer. It was limited edition packaging. This collection I loved. I missed out on the lipsticks from the collection. Those sold out almost immediately, I believe. Like these raindrops are like raised. And I got two blushes. They're I believe this is like a permanent shade at the time anyway. Bronzing powder in refined golden. And this looks quite deep, and I can see some gold sparkle in it, but on the cheeks the gold sparkle doesn't really translate. It actually looks like a really nice bronzing powder. Very, very similar in shade to what I already have, so interesting, maybe ever so slightly deeper. And this one I love. This is Aphrodite's Shell. This is cool toned. Like if you're fair and cool toned, you would love this as a bronzer. And you can't even see it. Like I have to build it up. The extra dimension formula doesn't swatch well, but it's gorgeous on the lips, on the cheeks. And I love this as a bronzing powder. I have used it. I'm kind of savoring it because again, it is limited edition. You can't get this anymore. It's got a really pretty sheen to it. It is more pink and cool toned compared to these other bronzers. And for the winter time, it's perfect for me. And then this is my only contour product. This is from a brand called Inica. And in this is actually like a satiny highlighter, which I really like there, and a contour shade. So you can see it's a lot more cool toned on me. And so I use this to sort of contour over, actually bronze first, and then go and deepen up sort of my cheekbone area a little bit with this, just for it to act as a little bit more of a contour. Okay, so let me consider this bronzer collection. I don't really want to, apart from the Bahama Mama, so one declutter, I don't really feel like I need to declutter any of these other ones because I really like them. And the packaging, limited edition packaging for MAC, I want to keep. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, as much as I love this clearance packaging, I am again going to see if when my sister comes, if she wants it. It was this shade, because I feel like this shade is kind of like between the Dior and the MAC, and I'm just not sure I'll ever reach for the clearance one. So with this one, I'm going to see if my sister wants it, and if not, I have a friend in mind who may want it, but it's being decluttered out of my collection. So I am decluttering 2 bronzers / contours and keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, which I am happy about. I think that's like perfect. Each of these is different. Each of these bronzers is different purposes, different uses. So I'm really happy with that. Let me see if I can combine blushes and bronzers into one container. Is that too ambitious? Yeah, I think it might be. I really want to combine them. So let's see, can I make this work? I also don't want to ruin this packaging by like squishing them too much against each other. Yeah, no. Unfortunately not. I can't combine them. Let me see if I take these little ones out. So bronzers, I will put this limited edition one to the side. This can go in front because I use that more. And then actually maybe this can go in the back, this one. Then these little ones. Does the Fenty fit? Ugh, almost. Okay, I'm happy with that. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to declutter this because I do have these sort of satiny, glowy formulas already. Like I swatched them out for you and I don't need this. I am going to declutter that as well. So that changes my powder highlighter declutters a bit. So I'm actually keeping 7 and decluttering 6. So I got rid of almost half of my powder highlighters and half of my powder bronzer / contours. Okay, so I'm really, really happy with that. I managed to combine these into one container. So for a final visual of everything, I just want to move everything into frame as much as I can. This is everything I am decluttering. I mean, my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
So, looking at my entire blush, bronzer, and highlighter collection, powder and liquid and cream, I am keeping 50 and decluttering 35. I'm really happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be a longer video, so hopefully you've stayed to the end. As far as declutters go, I have one more set of declutters I want to do, which is eyeshadows. And I imagine that that might be a long one as well, because I really have to make some tough decisions. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.